Let me tell you about two people. Same age, same job, same salary, same city. They even grew up on the same street. By 60, one of them had enough money that his account was making more per month than most people earn at their jobs, without him lifting a finger. The other had enough saved to last about 18 months, maybe 2 years if he was careful, and he knew it. Every single morning when he got up and went to work, he knew it. Same life, same start, same opportunities. $100 a month apart, that's it. That's the whole difference. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how that happens. And more importantly, you're going to know which one of those two people you're currently on track to become. Before we get into the numbers, I want you to do something. I want you to think about the last time someone told you to start investing. Maybe it was a parent, a friend who got into personal finance, an article you half read on your phone at midnight. Maybe it was a video just like this one. And I want you to think about what happened next. You probably thought, yeah, I should do that. And then life carried on. The week got busy. The money felt tight. The whole thing felt complicated. And that moment passed, like it always does. Here's the thing. That moment, that small window where you almost did something, that's not a small thing to let slide. Every time that window closes, it costs you. Not a little. A lot. More than you'd ever guess just by looking at the surface. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying it because once you actually see the numbers, once you feel what's really happening underneath, you won't need motivation. You won't need discipline. You won't need someone to remind you. You'll just do it. Because you'll get it in a way you didn't before. So let's start from the very beginning. You invest $100 a month, every single month. You don't skip months. You don't touch it when the market drops. You don't second guess it. You just keep going. You put it into a simple index fund, something that tracks the broader stock market, not individual stocks, not crypto, not anything complicated. Just a fund that owns a small piece of hundreds of the world's biggest companies all at once. Historically, the stock market has returned an average of about 10% per year over the long term. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 20%, but over decades it trends upward, always has. And that average, that 10%, is what quietly does the work for you. So here's what happens to your $100 a month. After 5 years, you've put in $6,000 of your own money. Your account is worth around $7,700. Not life-changing yet, but notice something. You already made $1,700 you never worked for. The market handed you that. After 10 years, you've contributed $12,000. Your account is sitting at around $20,000. You've nearly doubled your money without doing a single thing except not stopping. After 20 years, $24,000 of your own cash in. Your account? Roughly $76,000, more than 3 times what you put in. After 30 years, $36,000 contributed. And your account? Just over $200,000. You put in $36,000. You ended up with $200,000. That extra $164,000, you didn't work for it. You didn't stress for it. You didn't sacrifice for it. It built itself quietly in the background while you were busy living your life. That is compound interest. And most people know the term, but they've never actually felt what it means. Not really. Here's the part about compound interest that genuinely messes with people when they first understand it. It doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows like a snowball rolling down a hill. At the top of the hill, the snowball is tiny. It picks up a little snow with every rotation, but it's so small that you can barely see it growing. And if you're standing there watching it, you might think, this is pointless. This is going nowhere. I should just pick it up and throw it. That's year 1 of investing. That's year 2. That's year 3. You're putting in $100 a month, and your returns feel laughably small. Maybe $60 in the first year, maybe $150 in the second. You look at your account and the number barely seems to move. And that feeling, that slow, boring, is this even working feeling, is exactly where most people give up. But here's what's actually happening underneath the surface that you can't see yet. Every month, your returns get added to your balance, and the next month, you earn returns on that slightly larger balance, and the month after that, on an even larger balance. You're not just earning interest. You're earning interest on your interest, returns on your returns. The snowball is picking up speed, and slowly, so slowly you almost miss it, the hill gets steeper. By year 10, you're not just growing your contributions anymore. You're growing years of previous growth. By year 20, the numbers start doing things that feel almost unfair. And here's the one that really gets people. In the final 10 years alone, just the last decade of a 30-year journey, your account doesn't just grow, it nearly triples. You go from $76,000 at year 20 to over $200,000 at year 30. Two-thirds of everything you'll ever build happens in the last 10 years. While you're contributing the same $100, while you're doing nothing differently, while the snowball just keeps rolling. That's the thing most people never see, because they never made it to the bottom of the hill. Now I want to bring back those two people from the beginning, because this is where it stops being abstract and starts being real. Meet Alex and Jordan, both 22. Both just started their first real job, both earning the same salary, living in the same kind of flat, spending money on the same kind of things. Alex sets up a $100 monthly investment straight away. Doesn't make a big deal out of it, just automates it and forgets it. For 38 years, all the way to 60, Alex never stops. Jordan keeps meaning to start. But at 22, there's rent to figure out, there's a social life, there's the car that needed fixing. You know how it goes. Then at 25, there's more going on. At 30, there's a mortgage. At 35, there are kids. At 40, Jordan finally sits down, looks at the numbers, and decides, okay, now, better late than never. Same $100 a month, same index fund, same 10% average return. Jordan invests for 20 years until 60. Now, who ends up with more money? Jordan contributed $24,000 over 20 years and ends up with around $76,000. Alex contributed $45,600 over 38 years and ends up with roughly $640,000. That's not a small gap. That's not a little better. Alex has more than 8 times as much money as Jordan. And here's the part that makes your stomach drop. Alex only put in $21,600 more than Jordan over that entire time. $21,000. That's the difference in contributions. But the difference in outcomes? Over $500,000. The rest of that gap didn't come from extra money. It came from time. From those 18 years where the snowball was rolling and Jordan's wasn't. From the compound returns on compound returns that Jordan never got to collect. 18 years of waiting cost Jordan more than $500,000. And the cruelest part? At 22, $100 a month felt like a real sacrifice to both of them. But by 40, Jordan spent that without blinking. A couple of dinners, a few online orders, gone without a second thought. The time when it felt hardest to invest was exactly the time when it mattered the most. And right now, whatever age you are reading this, the best time to start is still today. Not next month, not after the next pay rise. Today.